state your name, please?
Hi, I'm Kristen.
Do you know what euthanasia is?
Sure do. It is a physician-assisted suicide.
Do you believe it should be legal in the state of North Carolina?
Oh yes, in all states even. Because if a person has gone through so much pain and suffering that they want to end their life then, it's their body, it's their right to do what they want with it. You know, it's constitutional, it's protected by what our America thrives on, and I think it is, you know, if they're okay with it, it should be fine.
Right, so that means basically if your grandma was suffering from cancer and she just didn't have the desire to live anymore, you'd believe her and you'd trust her and you'd support her in her decision to die.
Yes.
All right. So do you know how they go about euthanasia? About killing the patient?
Am I right in saying that's kind of like euthanizing an animal, where they inject them with something and it works?
That used to be the case with Jack and Morgan. Okay. Now they just give them pills and they drink it.
There we go. So it's not painful at all. It's a very peaceful way to go.
Thank you for your time. And you said you don't want your name to be stated?
No.
Alright. And do you know what euthanasia is?
Yes. I know.
What do you think it is?
Is it when the cancer patients are feeling a lot of pain and you just, like, go ahead and kill them?
Yeah, that's good enough. Do you believe it should be legal in the state of North Carolina?
No, I don't think so.
And why not?
Because it's not right. Like, I don't think you should kill somebody just because they say they want to die. I mean, for them to die, let them just die naturally, you know? Whatever happens, happens.
And do you know how they go about euthanasia?
No.
So that means if your grandma was in the hospital and like she just wanted to go, you wouldn't expect her right to die.
Like, I wouldn't want her to suffer, but then again, I wouldn't want her to die. I mean,
Thank you for your time. What grade are you in?
I'm a sophomore.
Thank you. Basically, if there's just a person in a hospital who's old and has cancer and has had cancer before, like it just came back.
Okay.
And they don't want to go through the whole process again. And they just want to be let go. You know, like have a lethal amounts of drugs and just die. The way they do it today is a peaceful way to go. Do you believe it should be supported?
I guess I would have to say yes, only because it's not doing it against the patient's will. If the patient asks to be let go and say, I don't want to go through this treatment anymore, and I'll just take some pills and like die in my sleep or pass away or whichever, then I guess I would support it. But if it was just saying, oh, well, this person probably doesn't have a chance, so let's just kill her and get it over with, I don't support that.
I actually understand that. So if your grandma was going through the same thing, you'd support her decision?
No, I wouldn't support it at all.
Why wouldn't you support her decision?
I wouldn't support her decision only because it's like, I understand her being tired, because my great-grandmother actually did do that. She was sick and she said she didn't want to live on life support and everything, so she just said just to let her go. And I guess I still don't support it, but I do understand the reason why I don't support it, because I didn't get to spend a whole lot of time with her. And because, of course, I guess that's people's way of saying they're being selfish. But because if you haven't had a chance to be with your loved one, you don't want them to die or leave this earth just yet. But because most likely, especially if you've been fighting with cancer, it's a tiring process. So I would understand them just being tired and saying, just let me go to heaven or wherever I'm going to go. I understand the reason, but I just don't support it.
So some people find the subject of euthanasia kind of selfish on the patient's end. Is that the way you see it?
It's an understandable selfishness. It is selfish, but it's understandable. Because if you put yourself in that person's let's say if you put yourself in that predicament, say if you had cancer since you were like 7, and by the age of 10 it was gone, and then you just got it back now, and you went through years and years of treatments, and you're just tired. You would get tired of keep doing the same thing, knowing that it just might come back again. You're gonna have to keep doing it. You get tired, because people nowadays, they get tired of doing the simplest things. So my thing is, it's understandable selfishness, because you can't really hold that against someone if you're tired and you're tired. At the end of the day, trying to keep someone from doing something that they want to do, that's being selfish, because you're only thinking of yourself.
And in terms of government and laws and the judicial system, do you think that the Right to Die Act should be, supported in the state of North Carolina?
What do you mean? What do you mean, the right to die?
In North Carolina today, it is not allowed for a person or a physician to commit physician-assisted suicide, or a patient to commit physician-assisted suicide. Do you think that rule should change?
What, for the person who killed themselves?
Yeah.
So you mean like before, if they asked the doctor to give them bunches of medicine, like that?
Yeah, and they wouldn't.
I really don't think suicide should be supported in any way. Is the only reason why I would say I wouldn't bring it in there, because then people would just blame themselves being tired and say, I'll just kill myself. But at the end of the day, you can't really keep someone from committing suicide. And so anybody's still going to do it, whether it's lawful or minor or not.
So in a simple yes or no answer, do you support euthanasia?
No.
Thank you for your time, Mia. Hello, and what do you do? What's your job?
My job is I am a public school teacher. I teach high school theater and high school chorus.
And you're my advisor.
Yes.
Yes. And through this whole process that you've been with me, do you believe in euthanasia, that it should be legal?
I'm still on the fence about that. Originally, I would say I was leaning more towards doctor-assisted or medical-assisted euthanasia, but I'm on the fence.
All right. And, of course, you know what euthanasia is.
That's correct.
All right. Now, if it was like a personal choice, like a family member, would you support that choice?
If that family member wished to be euthanized, if it ever got to that point, and if it were legal, then yes, I would support that.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.